So we're on to precisions now. Precision is the art of jumping from one object to the next, much like this. So what we're going to talk about now is the approach to the precision. So ideally, you want your toes to be a little over the edge. What this results in is as you go for the jump, it actually gives you a little bit more leverage to propel yourself forward. So you're going to come down, knees bend a little bit. You don't want to jump like this. Your arms are going to swing back. They're going to load the power. They're going to come down. And right when they get here, past your knees, you're going to start reaching for your target. And as you're reaching is when you jump. So watch how I take off. It comes down and it jumps. So, the execution of the precision, what you're doing while you're in the air. And this is where we're going to talk about how to load. And when I say load, I mean get your muscles into a position where they're tense, but not too just rigid, that they're ready to take impact, so you can load the impact throughout your body. So how you do this is as you jump from the approach that we discussed earlier, your arms are going to come up. While you're in the air, while you're in the middle of your jump, your abs are going to pull your legs up, and much like a teeter-totter, as your legs come up, your arms come back. So load. So now what's going to happen is as it's coming, you're going to hit it from this angle, and it's going to all just come in together. So let's try watching that. Pay attention to the middle of the air, and as I start landing. So let's take a look at the landing of it. So how you want to land a precision, and we'll also discuss a little bit more about loading. So now, as I load, remember the arms are going to swing up. As I'm in the middle, I'm using my abs to pull my legs up, arms come back. And now here's where the landing comes in. As I'm falling, I don't want to be right over my target like this, because all that's going to happen is I'm going to overshoot it. So as they come in, it's here, the knees are going to bend, and then it's going to come into this position. So as you're in here now, you're going to try to stop your legs from going past here. You're going to shoot your butt out, your chest up, head looking forward, find your center of gravity. It's going to be just like the balancing we did in the conditioning part of the tutorials. So from here. Now, next thing I want you to pay attention is to my feet, how my feet are positioned on the object that I'm jumping to. So notice how it's from not the arch and it's not the heel. It's right above the arch, going all the way to the end of the toe. Now it looks like I'm just on my toes, but I'm actually on the pad right there of the shoe. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to come in. I can find my balance a lot easier this way. Even if I throw myself off, I can find my way to get back. Now the main purpose of landing this, because much like the word precision, the word precise is hidden in there. You want each movement to be precise. And if you learn how to land on the balls of your feet, it makes bailing out a lot easier. So what's going to happen is now if I think I can't make the distance, I can trust in the balls of my feet to be strong enough to support me. Now what we're going to talk about is how to bail out from a precision. If you undershoot or if you overshoot, how can you save your knees and save your body from a world of torment the next morning? So this is what I like to call the bailout of a precision. This is if you undershoot a precision. This is what it will look like. Remember to get your position, always have your legs in a position to load that impact. But this is undershooting. When you don't quite make it, then you have to fall back. Remember, if you're in that position where you can load, it's going to be just like jumping on the ground. The only difference is now you're jumping here and you're just letting them fall down. So it's here, rebound, and pop back here. So, unlike the undershoot, we're going to talk about the overshoot. Now this is better on your body if the circumstance arrives. I'll show you what you should do in that situation. If you overshoot, don't try to brace yourself for that impact. Let the momentum carry on by doing a little bounce out. So as I overshoot, it's here. continue it. So the idea is like, you just don't go down to bend your knees. Don't try to think of that squatting position, rather think of just a jump rope. So as you hit the object, you're just using your toes and your calves to pop yourself back off. So how do you fix these problems? Let's discuss that right now. Now the best way to fix an undershoot is to actually not think about sticking. And when I say sticking, that means to land with no movement whatsoever, right? So the way to stop that is because your mind isn't quite used to figuring out the depth perception of the jump. So what you want to do is find your target and actually imagine yourself jumping just slightly over that target, and more than likely 90% of the time you'll land dead on the center of your pad and right where you wanted to be, just like this. So with the precision, you always want to bring your knees up. Remember this, if you don't bring your knees up, it's going to do a number on all your joints. You're probably not going to make the distance, and you're definitely not going to be able to load that impact. So what I mean is, as you jump, get those knees up as the arms come, then switch it. So it's jump, knees up, arms start coming back, you're loading for the precision, and it comes down.